little special edition. We are now we're in golf week. Yeah. It is officially golf week, and we're gonna spend this episode really shining the spotlight on why we do this thing. Right? Amazing companies and local businesses and people stepping up to support other local charities. And really supporting the community. It's going to be Friday, June 27th at Pine Hills, Putts for a Purpose. This was a brainchild of ours a few months back. Most golf outings, they spend a whole year planning. We're like, screw that, 90 days.
Let's just do it.
Knock it out.
Yeah, less than 90 days.
Knock it out. We brought KB in. We said we got to bring in some heavy hitters to help us out.
Brought in reinforcements. Local reinforcements.
Yeah. You've been pounding the streets, though, man.
Yeah, no, 100%.
All kidding aside. And, creating some content for our sponsors. We wanted this to be different in that, typically when you sponsor a golf outing, you get your name in a program that no one reads and on a golf tee box sign that I play in a lot of these, and if you put a gun to my head and asked me to name 5 sponsors of the event I just played, I couldn't tell you. So we're creating some content and using our platform to leverage publicity and promotion for these people that are stepping up. So let's start with our presenting sponsor. Super proud to have the Steet Ponte Auto Group come aboard. They came in at $5,000. All of our sponsors, 50% off the top goes to charity. So $2,500 of our $10,000 goal was taken care of by Steet Ponte, and that is going to go to the Children's Miracle Network. Anything to add there?
No, I mean, I honestly, Carly, she actually reached out to me, and she saw one of our promos, and she wanted to be a part of it. So, I mean, shout out to her.
She said she's been following the show.
Yeah.
She's a big fan. I love living local.
Exciting. We put the billboard up a couple years ago. She was traveling from the Herkimer store back to Yorkville, and she's like, what's this? And she looked it up. She's like, I've been following you guys on the show ever since. So shout out to Carly Steet and everyone at Steet Ponte who, on the 14th hole at Pine Hills that day, we're going to have a 2025 Ford Mustang. If you can get a hole in one, Whites will be playing at 170. Little bunker in the front, road in the back, and let it rip. What are you using? 170.
What do I always use when I golf? The 3-wood.
The audience doesn't know.
Yeah, I always use my 3. I can't handle. The driver is way too. The club head is just way too big.
And
for
you
me.
don't like irons.
Yeah, I do. Well, the second shot is my. Let's not get into that again. But I'm using. I'm
the
3-wood.
same way. I golf, but I'm not a golfer. And I never, I played, I'm a lefty, and I played right-handed until I was 18, or about 16.
That's crazy.
And so then I switched to left-handed clubs, and I had to learn how to play golf the other way. And it didn't work well. I still putt right-handed. I'm a mess.
He is a mess.
But he
steals
the
my
point
putter
to
all the
that
time.
is I like woods better than irons. So I'll use like a 5-wood or a hybrid from 170. So it's always funny to me, like if I get a hole in one, a true golfer from 170 would probably be like a 7-iron or 8-iron. Like, great, it's 5-wood.
Me.
I just want to say,
I have to roll it in.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm very, very new to golf. I'm very, very new to the clubs. All I know is driver and putter.
KB's more of a hockey player.
More of a hockey guy. Tennis, pickleball,
croquet.
I'm a pickleball guy. Truth be told.
All right, you want to talk about accent, Go?
You want me to talk about Accent?
Yeah,
All right, Accent Brokerage. Our good friend Becky Smith stepped up, and she's going to be a premier partner. The charity that she is donating to is the Christopher Newtown Memorial Fund. Huge in bringing awareness to suicide prevention. This is a charity that does a ton in our local school districts.
They're pushing into the schools, mental health awareness. Yep.
Becky Smith, she's great, and she's also our realtor. So,
yeah, and we've got a house on the market. So if you guys are interested in buying it, call up Becky and say, hey, we want the Love Living Local studio. It's for sale.
She may be out front bearing a St. Joseph statue.
Yeah, upside down. We've been told that's good luck.
It
so
is.
We'll see. The studio's not going
Old
away.
Italian crap.
We're upgrading. We're moving it.
Yes.
So, KB, Edward Jones.
Edward Jones. So Kyle Velte, who's a financial advisor for Edward Jones, I got to know him a little bit because I coach his son, and he's new to the area, and he wants to kind of network with more people, connect with more people. And he thought this was a great opportunity for something for him to get involved with. So I kind of talked him into it. And his contribution is going to be going towards the Livy Strong Foundation.
Okay.
Half of his contribution is going to go to the Livy Strong Foundation.
Yeah, $1,250. So thank you to Kyle for that. Our good friend, former Hey neighbor, Adrian Smith, who has a wedding coming up.
Yes, she does.
Yeah,
Congrats.
in August. So she's going to be on the course with us, not playing, but running some media, maybe handing out some Jell-O shots. We'll see what happens there. And Nascentia Health is a little unique in that they have a nonprofit portion of their organization themselves. So they will actually be putting money towards that. So Nascentia Health and Adrian Smith, thank you for stepping up to be a $2,500 sponsor.
Then we got our community champions, right?
Yep.
Those are okay. I'll start out with BME Property Maintenance. That Brandon Entwistle, a graduate of Frankfurt Schuyler, started his own lawn care maintenance business. It's him and I don't know, very small business.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some people that work with him for him, but it's his
built
business.
it
Yeah,
himself. And great kid. And he has decided to name his charity Will's Fight, another Frankfurt graduate that unfortunately lost the battle of cancer.
Yeah,
And
Willie
so,
Lynn Scott.
yep. So that's where his money will be going. So BME Property Maintenance, if you need lawn care, they do bushes, they do lawn mowing, they do everything.
Yeah, and then in the winter,
And
he
then
does
the winter he
plowing.
does plowing.
And,
Yep.
the whole deal. And Brandon will be on site as one of our golfers as well.
Great kid.
I love those young entrepreneur
Me
stories
too.
like that.
Pull up my heartstrings.
Yeah.
Want to talk about Priore, KB?
Yeah, no, shout out to Priore Construction, Daniel Priore specifically, who I actually grew up with, and I'm really good, close friends with the family. He's a Utica firefighter, and he just started a new business, Staycation Retreats. It's kind of like an Airbnb type deal. Half of his, so obviously he's from both businesses he's kind of sponsoring, but both of the contributions from both businesses will support Project Brotherhood. So Project Brotherhood, it's in its incipient stage. They just started it. It's a group of firefighters, and like I said, it's geared towards helping other public service workers in hardship and anybody going through something in that field. So that it's an amazing thing for Priore Construction and Staycation Retreats. So shout out to them and Daniel.
Jen Kita over at Standard stepped up. She was one of our first to say I'm in at the $500 level. $250 of her donation will be going to Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And they just did a whole mission project as a team at Standard. And they donated, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but they donated a lot of beds to people who don't have them, which is crazy to think. You know, sometimes we see things through our lens and we lose sight of the fact that just how many people in the area are struggling and don't have the basics that we take for granted, like food and a mattress, and they're sleeping on the floor. And so this is a charity that gets them in a bed. And so Standard is helping out with that cause.
We've also got Clifford Fuel Company and Cliff's Local Markets. They are another local business supporter, $500, and their charity will be the American Heart Association. We had a Hey Neighbor on.
Marianne Hagedorn.
Yep. So super awesome that they will, Mike Clifford, I think I said that right.
Yeah, Mike Clifford, yeah.
Yeah. So that's where he'll be supporting the American Heart Association.
It is a local chapter. You know, this is a misconception
Yes.
with large organizations like American Heart Association.
And I don't think that we realized that until we had her
Marianne
in, that a
yeah.
lot of people assume that when they donate to a huge non-for-profit like that or charity, that will the money go back into our area. And for
this
sure.
will be earmarked for the Utica-Rome Central New York chapter.
Yep.
You got
Food Dude, Slice Pizza.
Slice Pizza, one of my favorite pizza places in this area. Shout out to Joe Rosemeyer. Slice's contribution will go towards Bubba's Beds for Shelters Friends.
And so hopefully, if you're listening, it will it will encourage you to look into some of these charities.
And we'll make sure we're linking everything up on social. And if you are interested, you can, click on the links and learn more about it.
And the big thing are golfers. On the day of registration, we need to know what charity you're going to be donating money from your foursome. So if you're planning on golfing and you don't have a charity in mind, this is something great for you to be listening to so that you can look into these different local charities and decide if that's where you would also like your money to go.
Yeah, $100 from each foursome will be going to the charity of the foursome's choice.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got that as well. Between the sponsors and the golfers, we have surpassed our goal of $10,000 to give to local charities, which is awesome. And the cool thing, too, is I thought there would be a lot more duplicates.
I know, right?
But really, this is very spread out. I mean, we have
is.
over 20 different charities that will be getting checks from this event. Meyda Lighting, KB, I'll let you jump in on this one a little bit. You went out and saw Max and
Meyda, listen.
I don't think people realize how big Meyda Lighting
that
is.
showroom is amazing.
It's a full operation between the showroom, the people in the back actually, making these fixtures. It's a full-blown operation they have going on there.
And they're like worldwide.
Worldwide.
Truly. I mean, they deliver around the globe.
No, 100%. And it's one of those places, man, when you walk in, like Kelly just said, you're blown away by the showroom and the craftsmanship of what they do there.
And at the event, we're going to have one of their pieces, which actually is not a lighting piece, but it's a Utica club.
Yeah, it's like a mirror
stained
glass piece. Yeah, so Max, shout out to Max for contributing that as well.
Yeah, so we'll have that on display. So, if you're looking for something unique.
I was just going to say that. Not only do they do they do amazing, even rustic. Like when I went in their showroom, they have like lighting with almost, it looks like antlers. And then they have the real decorative, Tiffany lighting. They have a bunch of different stuff to pick from.
And it's almost like stuff you'd see in a church. See some of those stained glass pieces.
Yeah.
It's very,
turtle
very
lamps.
Hallelujah.
detailed art.
Amen, brother.
So half of their contribution will go to the Stanley Theater, which is also
Stanley Theater.
Amazing.
Our friend Anthony Jaffoon, Rome General Lumber, also Lou's Bargain Barn. They are in, and this is a neat little charity where it's rescuing pit bulls.
No.
Yeah, rescuable.
Recyclable.
Right. But that's what they do.
They're rescuing pit bulls for sure.
Recyclable.
Great cause.
Yeah, no doubt. So thank you.
But if you are looking for this Lou's Bargain Bin is really great because they have lumber, doors, windows, decks, everything. If you're building something, you should definitely go there first because the prices that you're going to get there are unbelievable.
It's that time of year, right, with a lot of projects going on during the summer. And what a lot of people don't realize is, to pay full retail for something, it has to be in pristine condition. And if it's not, then you can't get full retail, but it doesn't mean it's not any good. And so they've got a whole store full of things that, are a fraction of the cost, but still really good quality. So definitely check that out in Rome.
So let's talk about food again. I'll do Meats on Main. My good friend Nick Fumarola, he was also a previous Hey Neighbor guest.
Got to get him back.
We
he
have
came
to get
on
him back.
in the
We
infancy. He
And
wasn't
we
even
did
on
it-
camera.
I missed
We
that
did it
episode. I got to check it out.
We did it
We
Zoom.
did it via Zoom. His camera wasn't even on. Hard. If you go in
Listen,
and you see Nick during the day, if you are a butcher, you are constantly, he's making homemade.
Butchering.
Well, yes, he's cutting meat, but they also do so much more besides that. Now they're doing subs that you can order during lunch hour where they slice the meat fresh. He's got a case that has mushroom stew all the time. He's got seafood
stop down
salad.
there.
Yeah.
He does meat. He's got frozen meatballs in there. It's
Pre-made meals.
the chicken salad. I
just-
can't keep it in my house when I go to buy it.
Boys just eat it with a fork.
And what's great is he will give you advice. Like when I went in a couple weeks ago and I said I wanted to make fajitas, and I'm like, "What cut of meat should I use?" He goes, "Oh my God, sirloin. I'll cut it for you." It was amazing, and you can order stuff ahead of time from them too. Like on
love that.
Sundays, I will call him ahead of time and be like, "Can you set aside meatloaf mix for me to make my meatballs with?" Because his meat is just superior. It's so good. So check it out if you are
It's
in
a
the
great
valley.
endorsement.
Listen, I got a soft spot for butchers and retail spots like that.
Me
With
too.
my
You meet
history.
stuff too.
That's what I miss about being a butcher, because I do have that the customer interaction, giving people recipes and picking
It's
their
the
brain
best.
about recipes.
Yeah. Well,
love that.
when I go in to buy something, he's like, "What are you making today?"
I love that.
Yeah, I love the conversation.
Absolutely.
KB, I'll let you take Three Brothers Seal, and I'll jump to Roosters.
So
If you're cool with that.
yeah, and Three Brothers Sealcoating. They're going to be a local business supporter, and half of their contribution is going to go to Wilson's Cops and Kids. And what Wilson Cops and Kids do, they train. I believe they train the youth in the greater Utica area to learn how to box
Oh, cool.
for free of charge.
And I got so fired up on Meats on Main, I forgot to say that their charity of choice is Kristen's Fund.
Yeah.
And we just had Joe Palumbo on as well.
Just had Joe Palumbo
Yep.
on of Kristen's Fund.
That football camp is coming up. Like,
Football camp is at time of you listening to this is probably right now.
Yep.
It's Monday and Tuesday, which is
the 26th, is it?
23rd and 24th.
Something like that. So, yeah.
But yeah, just, teaching young men
A call to men. That's
how
what it
to
is, yeah.
be young men.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
Focused on domestic violence prevention and awareness. So
It's important.
super important, especially at that age group. And yeah, good job there. Roosters, our friend Javon Pratt, probably one of our first favorites on the show.
We have a list of favorites, Scott and I do.
It's and I guess because I knew of Javon, but I didn't know Javon. And when you sit down and have a conversation with someone, the depth of Javon surprised me.
And just good
Yeah, no,
human.
you're right.
Like when you say
Yeah.
be a good human, like that is what he is doing.
You see people hustling small business, and you know him as like this guy who makes great burgers, but then he starts talking, beyond that with family and our responsibility
Big family guy.
as a local community, and his passion for helping the youth, right, and the next generation, and just really wanting to think beyond the business and really, as cliche as it sounds, make this place a little bit better than he found it. And that's something Javon's doing. So he, without hesitation, jumped up and said, "I'm in." He said, "You name the local charity for me." And, we have a soft spot for the Amazing Gracie Foundation. And in a nutshell, what they do is they support families that have children that are battling pediatric
Young
cancer.
children, very young
and they're
children.
not old enough for the Make-A-Wish program. And so Amazing Gracie comes in and helps those parents create experiences for their family before they're eligible for Make-A-Wish. And they do that locally. So awesome stuff there.
Fun fact about Javon, him and I played on the same Little League team together.
Okay.
So I've known Javon a long time.
What was the name of the team?
Tri-State Laundries.
I knew you'd know.
We had bright orange uniforms. Javon was second, but Javon was a really good baseball player when we
He's a
were
good
younger.
athlete.
He's a really
Yeah.
good baseball player. And so we got a lot of history, Javon. He's a great dude.
Right. All right. Yeah.
We got-
So
we got Jake's and
we got
Becky.
two to wrap it up. And again, we brought KB onto the team for a reason. He's he talked to Jake's Auto and Padula Roofing.
It's the power of
let's
relationships.
bring it home, my friend.
Listen, Jake's Auto Detailing. So it's a fairly new auto detailing company and business. They've been around about just before COVID, I guess he started. And it's a growing business he has. And half of their contribution will go to Thea Bowman House in Utica, which is like kind of like a rec center or like a Boys and Girls Club type vibe that they have in Utica. And we're very grateful for their support from Jake's Auto Detailing.
And what a business in this area. Right. I mean, with the weather we get, with the snow, the slush, the mud, it's just you always
Yeah, no,
get
you're
hard
right.
details.
Not even on the that's what I'm saying. Like the inside, like
Yeah, yeah.
your
Always
carpets
tracking
that are
stuff in.
black are definitely like coated in salt after the
And
winter
even
months.
the springtime with all the rain we've
I
had.
know.
I mean, just the mud.
And Jake's one of those kids. He's like Brandon, 20 years old, couple years
Yeah.
removed from high school.
Okay.
Kind of started his own business.
Where are they located?
So they're located in Yorkville, New York, right on
cool.
Campbell Avenue.
The cool thing here is they've donated a $250 gift card, which is going to be probably, I don't want to, 2 or 3 detailings, right? I mean,
yeah.
at least 2. You want to talk
Incredible.
about Padula Roofing? No,
Yeah.
Another much needed business. We go from 20 below to 90 degrees. The expansion and contraction of roofs, plus all the heavy snow,
Absolutely.
the wind, the hail, like roofs take a beating up
For
here.
sure. And Padula, so the owner's son, Pete, someone that I grew up with, went to high school with. He's another one who actually happened to see the promo and wanted to get involved with Putts for a Purpose. He thought it was something that they love, just being a part of stuff like this. Mm-hmm. And then this event kind of sparked his interest. So they're going to be a local supporter for us. He hasn't decided what the recipient or who the recipient would be, but yeah, they're right on board with us.
Well, whoever it is, they'll be getting $250, and we don't have a final tally, but my guess is we shot for 10. We'll probably end up somewhere around between 11 and 12,
which is awesome.
Which is completely awesome. You. Again, 90 days. Thank you to everyone who stepped up, and for those that are listening and following us on social. When you see these companies, participating and giving back to their local community, if you have a buying decision to make, hopefully you look to these sponsors before others, because they are the ones that are doing things that they don't have to. And frankly, there's a lot of national chains and retailers that come into this area who don't do squat. They'll do the big splashy checks to the major organizations, nationally. But, what we love about this is these are our people, our neighbors in our community, grassroots, local people giving back to real local charities. And so thank you for that. So Friday is the day.
If you want to golf, we still have a little bit more room. I've been fielding some text messages. Is there still room? And we do still have some room for
Everyone's
golfers.
kind of last minutes with the golf.
Well,
but,
I think they want to check out the weather. And as of right now, the
weather's perfect.
The weather looks like it's going to be great.
And sunny with no humidity.
It's going to be a perfect. It's going to be an amazing day for golf.
Hashtag Bill Cardis. I just got it hot off the press. Shout out to Bill for making it 85
Clayton
and sunny.
also promised us good weather.
Clayton Greigel promised it. So we got a lot of people. We're going to hold them to their word to say the weather is going to be just fine.
And if the weather is not fine, we're golfing anyway. We're doing this for a
we won't
purpose.
Melt if it
does. Lunch is included, dinner is included, all of the prizes on the course are included, the skins are included, the cash prize for putting is included, the hole-in-one to win a 2025 Mustang included. We've got beer, seltzers, Jell-O shots included. Get a ride, if you need one.
Yeah. Or Uber.
Yeah,
we have Uber now.
Yeah. You're gonna not have to come out of pocket with anything. All right, so $150 per golfer. 25 of that goes to charity. With the Love Living Local hats, we're all wearing them. We got the team hats on.
Let me turn mine
and
forward.
it's not facing the camera.
Now we're on brand. On brand. All three of us.
Yeah, KB wants some more swag, some Love Living Local swag. He's pushing hard.
I think the world wants more swag.
You can't go wrong with this one. Friday, June 27th at Pine Hills. You can go to our website, lovelivinglocal315.com, for more information or any of our social, or hit up one of us. We'd love to see you there. We'll be on site doing a lot of fun things.
It's going to be an incredible day.
Yeah, amazing.
Amazing.
Okay. So I am the least creative person on the set here. And so I'm always looking for creatives around me. We're going to have some people shooting some videos, taking some pictures day of the event. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. Looking at the foursomes we have signed up, there's going to be some animated fun groups. We've got the charity aspect and, all the local businesses supporting this. And so if you are a creative and you want to show up that day with your video camera, your regular camera, take some pictures and create some content, our friend Jay Spina, producer extraordinaire, will be putting those on our social, right? Putting them on the website and kind of
if you would like to share on your social as well.
Cross-pollination.
Exactly.
Right? And so let's help each other out here so we can use your content on our platform to get you a little more exposure. So feel free to come join us Friday, June 27th, and create some content with us.
And be a part of something amazing.
Spread the word.
Amazing.